vaudeville to Hollywood, he danced his way to the silver screen and fought his way to stardom.
Get this in your camera!
An Oscar-winning hero, a lover, America's favorite tough guy. They're the unforgettable roles that made him the American movie legend he is today.
It's tougher to go than it is to stay. But you can't hold him, and I think I can.
A tribute to James Cagney, part of our American Movie Legends series. Saturday on American Movie Classics.
Rustlers? Looks that way.
I am duly sworn in as a deputy in the case of the murder of Larry Kincaid.
That's no posse. That's a lawless lynching mob.
Hanging murders is one thing, but to keep guys you don't know for sure did it. Stand around sweating while you shoot your mouth off, that's another.
String him up. I say stretch him.
You don't even tell whether you've got the right men or not.
It'd be murder if you carry it through.
I'll give you 2 minutes to pray.
Henry Fonda, Dana Andrews, Anthony Quinn, The Oxbow Incident. Saturday on American Movie Classics. Experience the spectacle, the drama, the passion, and the adventure. Maureen O'Hara and the riveting Charles Laughton in his most memorable performance. A panorama of medieval Paris unfolds on a stage as vast as history itself. In the cinematic triumph, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Monday on American Movie Classics.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music, baby.
This is the original.
I bid you welcome.
Bela Lugosi in his legendary role. The classic horror movie that chilled the world. Dracula. Premiering Saturday, January 26th at 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern on American Movie Classics.
And now, a Hollywood Minute from the pages of American Movie Classics magazine. A look at Charlie Chaplin, the cinema's quintessential comic genius. Charles Chaplin's films continue to delight audiences around the world with his impeccable comedic timing, his masterful imagination, and his unlimited resourcefulness. His most famous character, the Little Tramp, was simply created from some unused props. Mr. Chaplin's full creative control on his films as writer, actor, composer, and director enabled him to freely use his talent for combining sympathy with humor, creating some of the most memorable moments in film history. Look for Charlie Chaplin in January on AMC. And for more information on the stars, write for American Movie Classics magazine. Send $11.95 to P.O. Box 2065, Marion, Ohio 43305. Or call 1-800-535-7700 to order with your Visa or MasterCard. American Movie Classics magazine, the magazine of classic Hollywood.
Back in the late 1930s, Charlie Chaplin started to write a script for a movie that satirized Adolf Hitler's aspirations for world domination. Now, in Hollywood at that time, profits were, of course, more important than politics, and the business people at United Artists advised Charlie not to do it. An obvious satire of Adolf Hitler would be banned in Germany, which happened to have been Europe's biggest film market, and at the time, that would really affect the bottom line, and everybody's always been interested in that. This was also the time when world leaders were committed to a policy of appeasement, trying to find some kind of a peaceful solution to Hitler's demands. So Joseph P. Kennedy contacted Charlie Chaplin, and he asked him not to make the film. Well, Chaplin agreed, and he did not make The Great Dictator. At least he didn't make it then. 3 years later, the world situation had changed. Appeasement obviously did not work. England and France were now at war with Germany. So now, it was not only socially acceptable to criticize Hitler, it would probably make a lot of money as well. The Great Dictator was the first film in which Chaplin talked on the screen. It was also the last appearance for the character of the Little Tramp. The Great Dictator was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, which it lost to Rebecca. And Chaplin personally received 2 of the nominations in the categories of Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay. Here he is in a double role, Charlie Chaplin as a humble barber and the Great Dictator. The Great Dictator is one of Charlie Chaplin's most outstanding achievements, but it was also just a little bit ahead of its time, I'm afraid. Production began in September of 1939, just a week after Germany's invasion of Poland. At that time, Americans did not want to believe that Hitler was totally out of control. Many Americans didn't think our involvement in the war was inevitable. So the movie became somewhat controversial. Despite its message of peace, those who thought the United States should stay out of the war didn't think that it really helped their cause. It's also important to remember that while Charlie Chaplin knew Hitler was extremely anti-Semitic, at that time, neither Chaplin nor the rest of the world really knew about the great atrocities that Hitler was inflicting on the Jews. It's possible that if he, Charlie Chaplin, had known what was really going on in Germany, he might have made a much more serious film than the one he did. Still, it's a great piece of history, and it's a joy to see it. We'll be right back.
Next on American Movie Classics, two's company, but 13's a real crowd when a couple's wedded bliss is interrupted by an invasion of in-laws. Too many cooks. It's next on American Movie Classics.
The World War I epic Wings, Sunday on American Movie Classics.
There they go, the Thunderbird pilots, men who are fighting for the rights of free people everywhere. Watch them fly.
They fought together in the war, but against each other for a girl.
I was in love with her. I don't know why, but heaven help me, I was.
I don't believe you can take her away from me. What do you think of that?
Gene Tierney, Preston Foster, and John Sutton star in director William Wellman's Thunderbirds, premiering Sunday, January 20th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on AMC.
At the dock, looking for her husband. Annabella can't find him at first among the many Marines returning home from across the Pacific after service in war. And then at Portland, Oregon, she sees him. There he is, Lieutenant Tyrone Power. The 20th Century Fox motion picture star is welcomed home by his wife after war and battle as a Marine Corps pilot. Back from Japan, and there's a leatherneck cheer for the two movie stars, Tyrone and Annabella.
You're watching American Movie Classics. This is Assistant District Attorney Tommy Chamberlain, who's in love with Judge Margaret Turner, who sentenced Richard Nugent to prison.
I hope we have been convenient.
If he doesn't go out with her Bobby-Soxer sister Susan, who thinks Nugent's her knight in shining armor. Got all that? Well, you will when you see Cary Grant,
Well, greetings, Yuki Dookie.
Myrna Loy, Shirley Temple, and Rudy Valley in the delightfully breezy comedy The Bachelor and the Bobby-Soxer. Friday on American Movie Classics.
This is a lovely way.
Who was that singing down here? Bing Crosby?
American Movie Classics presents
The music stopped,
a very young Old Blue Eyes.
and people were glancing.
He isn't half bad, Millie. Baby, I should
Let Frank Sinatra take you higher and higher. Monday on American Movie Classics.
Ever stand a crooner?
A funny thing happened on the way to the radio station.
Is that so?
All the actors ended up in the movies.
Oh, pictures, huh? That's right. See, I got a good seat.
Your all-time favorite radio stars, Fibber McGee and Molly. Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy. Join Lucille Ball for the first time on the big screen.
Well, mow me down.
And that's no joke. Look who's laughing. Tuesday on American Movie Classics.
American Movie Classics presents Newsreel Theater, featuring rare newsreel footage of historic people and events.
The scariest creatures in Hollywood rise from their graves. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. on Creepy Classics. Next time, Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi strike an evil bargain to rob from the graves of the newly dead. The chilling Body Snatcher. Saturday at 3 on AMC's Creepy Classics.
Whether you like it or not, we're giving them their full share. If that don't suit you, you've got a fight on your hands, and you better get at it quick.
Partnered outlaws come face to face with each other.
I've waited all my life to make a killing like this, and I'm not giving half my share to anybody.
Gregory Peck and Richard Widmark star in a tale of greed and moral redemption. Director William Wellman's Yellow Sky, premiering Saturday, January 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern on AMC.
Coming soon on AMC.
In the year 1850, Russian and American interests clashed head-on in the seal-rich waters of Russian Alaska, where fearless Yankee sailors risked their lives time after time for illegal cargoes of furs. This little-known conflict has become the subject of Rex Beach's last great adventure novel, The World in His Arms. Its central character is Jonathan Clark, known as the Boston Man, a fabulous individual, fur pirate with a price on his head, a ladies' man, and a man's man.
Starring Gregory Peck as Jonathan Clark.
Shanghaied some of my men. Where are they?
Your own, mate. Anne Blythe as the lovely, vivacious Marina.
Barnacles off the hull.
With Anthony Quinn and the toughest crew of the Northern Seas.
You still want it?
When a Portuguese make a deal, it's a deal. I want it.
All right, I'll race you for it. The Pilgrim against the Santa Isabella. First one to the Privilege takes them both.
That's a bet. Here is the most fabulous adventure the screen has ever known. 2 years in the filming with a cast of hundreds. Fuel thrill to the charge of wild Cossack horsemen. The thunder of towering, crashing waves. Run the man down, I tell you!
American Movie Classics.
Pardon me.
Hollywood's comic legends are back.
One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I don't know.
It's AMC's Comedy Classics, every Saturday, only on AMC. On the next edition of Comedy Classics, Red Skelton and Lucille Ball lead the hijinks at a summer resort in Having Wonderful Time. Also starring Ginger Rogers and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Saturday, January 19th at 8 Eastern, only on AMC.